Hi, real quick update. I was watching a John MacArthur sermon today, and you may remember a couple of months ago at the Southern Baptist Convention annual meeting, the prevailing theme became after Dr. James Merritt got up on stage and made the comment about critical race theory, that he did not see critical race theory in the Bible, and that this is exactly what the world wanted, was for Southern Baptists to be fighting over critical race theory. And then he made the comment that the world is out there watching, and then the theme of the convention after that, kind of a mocking theme, actually became the world is watching. So I was watching a John MacArthur sermon today, and I saw him take what sounded to be a pot shot at that comment. He was preaching a sermon about how churches have been unfaithful throughout this COVID-19 ordeal, and how the COVID-19 pandemic has served to take out a lot of false churches and false doctrine and things like that. So it was a really good sermon. But at one point during the sermon, he was talking about judgment in the church and how God's judgment begins in the church. And he made a comment about how some churches are worried about these bad things happening because the world is watching, which of course is absurd. That's an absurd reason to be worried about the things that are happening in the church. But I thought it was funny, and I thought it was right on point. So first, let me play the clip from Jonathan Merritt so you'll know what I'm talking about, and then I'll play the clip from John MacArthur.
When I was a student at Stetson University, my first semester, I read the New Testament through 27 times. I found a lot about race. I found a lot about racial reconciliation. We've been given the ministry of reconciliation, not just to reconcile God to man, but people to people. Oh, but I didn't find CRT in the Bible. Well, correction, I did find it. It stands for Christ returns triumphantly. My brothers and sisters, we are not the 2019 Resolutions Committee. We are the 2021 Resolutions Committee. And we decided we're not going to limit anything to just one theory. By the way, the same state schools that are kind of up in arms, and some of these people that are against critical race theory are teaching evolution to your kids every single day. What we have done in this resolution is say, you know what, let's just settle this issue once and for all, yesterday, today, and forever. We reject any theory that goes against the worldview that our problem is anything other than sin and the solution is anything other than salvation.
Okay, and by the way, he's obfuscating the actual issue here. The issue is that, like I said, in 2019, the Southern Baptist Convention adopted a resolution which essentially embraced critical race theory, a Marxist ideology, as a useful analytical tool that Christians can use to analyze racial issues in the church. And some people at the convention this year wanted to try to either rescind that resolution or make amendments to the resolution that Merritt is talking about right now, which puts strong language condemning critical race theory in there. And James Merritt essentially refuses to do so. So that's the issue here.
So I close with this. There's a world watching out there. This is exactly what they want. This is exactly what they want to put on the front pages of their paper.
That was Dr. James Merritt from the executive committee, refusing to hear any amendments or messengers speaking against a resolution that was adopted 2 years ago that was embracing critical race theory. And basically he just didn't want to hear it. So here is John MacArthur's little pot shot at that comment.
Some pastors put in jail for being faithful. All kinds of constraints, all kinds of assaults. But the faithful have been faithful. And the world has seen it. You know, the Lord never hesitates to judge openly. Sometimes you hear people say, well, some of these bad things that are happening in the church are really concerning to me because the world is watching. You bet. And God is going to judge His church right in front of them.